Hello and welcome to Just Us Thinking. I'm your host, Michael.
And I'm your co-host, Rebecca.
And I'm your AV guy, Mikey.
Now, we have a special episode coming out today.
We do. We have a very special musical guest today.
Yep, so we're going to be joined here shortly with Milo, the Generation Hero.
We are.
Now, great artist.
Oh, amazing.
So we've been listening to music, and now we get to talk to her.
We do.
All right. So without any further ado, here is Milo, the Generation Hero. I've been listening to a little bit of your music, and I've been watching you on Facebook too.
Awesome. Well, thank you for your support. Thank you for having me on the podcast. And just thank you for what you guys are doing on Spotify and around your business, just educating everyone about different topics. I know that it's something that's fun, but I've definitely learned a lot about aliens, about ghosts, and just cool topics. I listen to you guys on Spotify, and it's just a cool conversation to kind of wind down when I'm kind of bored. And then it's actually something that I'm learning from. So it's like a tool, killing two birds with one stone.
Oh, good.
You know, that's kind of what we started doing. It's kind of a learning experience with us too. So we're kind of learning how everything works and how everything goes too. So, how did you find us?
I actually was surfing on Facebook through a group about podcasts, and then I seen. Thank you, Michael, that you put something in the group, and then I was like, hey, maybe I should actually interview, so I commented on your post, and then, you dropped your email, so I emailed you guys, and then, we've just been chatting back and forth.
All right. Well, that's what it is. It's all about networking, so it's pretty good. So we have a blast with what we're doing, and it seems like you really enjoy what you do as well.
I do. I've been an artist since I guess I was born an artist. That's my gift, music, lyricism, just the gift of game with words, so I do thank God for that. I started, my father started developing me as an artist at the age of 4. When I was 19, I graduated from an artist development training called MC School, and it was an all-female cohort where we learned event planning. We learned techniques on how to record professionally. And then, we learned it was a grassroots project. In order for us to graduate with 200 community service hours, we had to volunteer for several businesses around Chicago.
Okay.
I released my debut project, Elevation, the EP, in 2019. Oh, no, I released Anything is Possible, which is my number one hit single, guys. Download, streaming on all streaming platforms. Then a year later, in 2021, I released Elevation EP, which is a 6-track inspirational, motivational story. So I'm working on a new album now. It's called SDS. You're the first ones to know about me working on the album. It's my first time telling the world.
Cool. Thank you.
That's really cool.
That's awesome.
Now, when I listen to your music, I get a lot of techno from it, but a couple of songs I got like a reggae feel. I was really digging the vibe there. I was like that. I kind of like that. I was almost getting a little bit of Bob Marley kind of with a little bit of the rhythm there.
You're saying that because I have locks.
No. You almost had the same rhythm. I've always been a big Bob Marley fan. So when I was listening to you, it was very reminiscent to some of his original work.
Mm-hmm.
So,
well, thank you. I appreciate that. That's an honor to be compared to one of the greatest.
Yeah.
Bob Marley, an influence. I like his music when it comes to revolutionary music. His music is chill and something again that you can learn from. I like Buffalo Soldier, Three Little Birds, Exodus. I'm definitely a fan of Bob Marley. I've never been to country or Jamaica or anything. Well, my granddad, he's an island guy. He's from Central America. So when you hear that reggae, it might be infused in my blood automatically.
Oh, okay.
You know?
That would explain that, because I heard it, and it was a modern take on a lot of it. So I kind of really liked it. I was like I was in there. I mean, I was zoned in. I was completely gone. So
Thank you. I appreciate it. Out of all the 6 tracks, which one were your favorite?
I like Rise. Rise was one of my favorites. I also like was it the Earn Money?
Mm-hmm. The introduction, yeah.
Yep, I like that one. Those were my 2 favorites. But I was kind of jabbing to all of them. I was like, I like this kind of music. This is kind of it almost, to me, it sounded a little bit more old school with a little bit of the rhythm, but with a modern twist to it. That's what I got out of it anyway.
Thank you. That you hit it right on the head. Like, I want to represent that old school hip hop, that KRS-One, Muhammadiyah, Queen Latifah type of era. But I also, I want to be present, and be able to set trends. So I really appreciate that, Michael. I'm honored, to be compared, to Bob Marley. I know that on Valentine's Day, he has a movie that's going to hit the theaters.
Yes, he does.
So speaking of Valentine's Day, I have a video that's releasing from that album. It's called Run to the Money. So that's going to release on Valentine's Day. I hope you guys stream it, download it, make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. And just thank you for the positive feedback. Rise was actually one of the first videos I did from that album. And have you seen the visual yet?
No, I have not seen the visual. I've seen a little bit of your. It was one video I watched on Facebook. You were right in front of a piano, and the guy behind you was just jamming. He seemed like he was so zoned in too. So he seemed really cool.
Piano, I think.
Or keyboard. It might have been a keyboard.
Yeah, I think that might have been Grind and Shine. Was it a live when I was performing? I performing live?
Yeah, you were performing it live.
I'm not. I do a lot of stuff live. So that's a band that I partner with. They're called We Just Friends. So shout out to We Just Friends, the band. They're available for bookings. They actually did my album release party. So we performed all of my singles live with the band. It was the first time I ever performed with a live band. So we've been locked in for, I want to say, 3 or 4 years now. Listen, when you go to a club and the DJ spins your track, it's super amplified. But when you're, as a performer, when you're performing with a live band, you feel the music in your soul. You feel every instrument, you guys know.
Wow, that's so awesome. Wow.
It's a different feeling when you're on stage, and the one thing that I liked about your music, I like your message. Your message seems like it's a very positive, free-flowing, good vibe message. I'm not very fond of a lot of the hate message that some artists go through, although I can understand it. Yours just seems very positive, very, very almost uplifting, and you kind of, I want to say I kind of get sucked in. I will have to admit, I'd be there and I'm going through it. I'm like, man, this is cool. And then I'm like 4 or 5, 6 songs in, and then I'm like, what happened to the music? It's going to someone else. I'm like, oh, I finished everything. And then it's 2:00 in the morning, and then I'm like, oh, I should probably get some sleep.
Well, I think that for me, my brand, so MELO is an acronym for Manifested Elevation, Love, and Optimism. So I started off doing poetry as well. And I'm sorry, my cat, she's so clingy.
No, okay.
Yeah. So being a poet, I always wanted to have a message. And I think that real hip-hop, when hip-hop started, in the early 70s with Kool Herc and DJ Kool Herc and everybody, it was for a message. It was for positivity. Even if there were something political that needs to be said, it was always said in a respectful way. And I think just I'm a 90s baby. Seeing the climax change with urban music, from the early 70s, 80s, 90s to even early 2000s, it's a beautiful time to be an artist. You know, I'm not a rapper. You know, I'm an artist. I make art. You know, like if I was a painter, I would want to make a painting or a mural where people can relate to. So I want to make music where my songs are relatable, where these tracks resonate with something that you're going through. And I think you hit it right on the head, Michael. Like, I always go with 3 E's. My music is empowering, it's encouraging, and it's motivational. So that's 2 E's. 2 E's oh yeah, inspirational. Like, that's my brand. Inspirational, encouraging, motivational, empowering. That's what I want to do. I want people to go to parties where they're having fun, you know, they're partying in moderation, and, you know, I'm from Chicago. There's a lot of gun violence. There's a lot of hatred, as you spoke about, and I'm just using my music to combat those, like, dysfunctions. This is dysfunction. I think music has the power to create certain vibes, and I want my music to be on a frequency of love and transparency.
Well, I think you're right. I think you're doing the right thing. I felt that. That's what I felt when I listened to your music. I like the rhythm. Man, you are very, very talented, because there's no way I could do what you were doing. There's just no way. So what? Now you're kind of all over the place with as far as what you do. I mean, how do you find time in your day to do everything?
I want to say God. We got 24 hours in a day. If I can take, like, I'm in school for business and economics right now. My classes are not more than 2 hours long. So if I'm waking up in the morning, praying, showering, I might fast intermittently. I might have a smoothie, might have, you know, like some oatmeal. Excuse me, my first 4 hours of my day is gone. Then school, like, I maybe go to the gym. I maybe hang out with some friends. I might write. I might study. I don't know. I write down my week. So that's how I plan. I'm really big on organizing. So I have like 4 calendars in my room. I have tons of books.
Oh, wow.
I have a calendar for school, right? So, all right, these are the events that's going on in school. This is my midterms. This is deadlines. Then I have a calendar for certain events that I plan for the community, and I have a calendar for my family things. All right, this is my mom, my sister, my cousin's birthday. And I have just another calendar. I'm also embarking on a new journey as a financial. I'm studying for it to be a licensed life insurance agent. But I would like to say that I go and I teach financial literacy. So right now I'm learning. I don't know anything. I have coaches that's coaching me. I have mentors that's mentoring me. And just with the 24 hours of the day, I make what I do fun. Like, I want to have fun. So I make learning at school fun. Like, I might make a rap out of this. Like, in geography, I made a rap out of weather. I'm like, all right, yeah, it's snowing, it's volcanoes, like, and that's how I remember it on my test. Like, using music to remember.
Oh.
And yeah, just like seeking God. And I'm gonna be honest, I'm gonna throw this right back at you. I cannot do what you do. Like, as far as in podcasting, talking to the people, and I studying these topics. Like, I would forget, you just be bamming the viewers and listeners with knowledge, Michael. And you too, you know, you're so supportive. Like,
yeah.
I just love you.
It's not easy. I mean, this is an art too. It's the ideas, and I have those ideas. They rattle around your head like there's no tomorrow, and I'm like 5 shows deep in my head, don't know where I'm going yet. And I mean, you seem like you're the same way. It's like you have to be organized, but you're like always going. And I wish if any younger generation listens to you or listens to what we do, you have to keep going. You got to hustle. Yeah. And they don't want to hustle. The kids don't. They don't have that drive. You have drive, and you're in overdrive going 90 miles an hour, 90 different directions. Love that.
Yes. And see, we're like complete opposite, because he like never shuts down. And I'm like, 10 o'clock, I'm done. I'm like, I need to go to bed.
Yeah.
You know what I found that works for me, 9 o'clock, no more social media, no more homework. I need to have everything done by 9, and my cellular device needs to be shut off. Because if not, I'll just keep scrolling. I'll keep creating content. And I'm just being disciplined with time management. That's a gift. And I'm really honored to have that gift because I realize a lot of people don't have that. So I don't look at it like with a hubris eye. I'm like, all right, if I can organize my life, then I can organize my time. So at 9 o'clock, everything gets shut down. If my cats, I got 2 boy cats, if they're running around and just goofing around because they stump like 5-year-olds, and their tails are so, I'm gonna lock them out of my room. I don't want to hear that.
We got 2 cats that are like that too. At night, they're like, you hear them like meowing and hissing at each other, and we're like, take it out in the hallway.
Yep.
Oh my! Each other off the ledge in the window, so I gotta shut the windows. I'm like, you guys are acting like children.
Yep.
We got 2 dogs that act like that too.
Yeah. It's a zoo in this house. I don't know how we get everything done.
May I ask, who is your favorite artist of any genre of any time? Both of you guys.
Oh.
That's a hard one because I mostly listen to like country and stuff, but oh gosh, that's just so hard.
Yeah. I don't think she has an answer yet.
I don't.
I'll be honest. One of my favorites, and it was growing up. I used to love NWA. That was my group. I grew up in California, so that was kind of my group.
Yeah.
So I really liked that, but and then I did like Tupac. Tupac is still one of my top. I think he was, man, I just wish he was still around because he had so many gifts, the acting, everything. And I'm also a big Janet Jackson fan. So
oh yeah.
It's so hard for me to narrow it down because my memory is kind of bad, like really bad.
She's a country girl. She likes Alan Jackson and things like that,
and like George Strait. Yeah.
She likes.
Do you like Florence and the Machine?
Like who?
Florence and the Machine.
I don't think she's listened to him.
No.
Have you not heard him?
No.
Florence. She's a girl and she has a band and she has a song. Have you ever went dancing with a devil on your back? Shake it off. Oh yeah, I like Florence and the Machine. You gotta listen to her. She's awesome.
Okay.
Okay. I think we're gonna add her to our list too.
Yep.
How about Sia? She's more pop. I know you guys know Sia though.
Yeah. Yeah.
She has a song called Chandelier.
Yep.
Who?
Sia.
Yeah.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Chandelier. I think one of the videos has Shia LaBeouf in there. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah, another song called Elastic Heart. So I have a broad music selection, honestly. I like Kendrick Lamar, I like J. Cole, a couple of Chicago artists, Artemis, Taylor E, Jess Cool. There's a lot of Chicago artists. I just lost a friend. His name is Trey. It's dope. He got some really dope hip hop. The Chicago music scene is beautiful. So me and a couple of other business partners, we curate events and put on showcases for different causes. The last event we did last year was to bring awareness to
See, now that's what I like to hear from an artist. That's where I like to hear. I like to hear that they're giving back to the community. So, and there's so many that don't. I'm sad because, like here, we're going to showcase, local businesses. We're going to do, a couple local businesses. We're going to have them on our show and just do that. And I want to give back to the community. That's kind of what my goal is. So I'm really glad that that's what you do as well.
Yeah, that's like totally awesome. I mean, I wish I had a little bit more, like just listening to you talk, you just give off such a positive, like, aura, I guess. And I'm just like, man, I could do there's so much to do, you know? It's like,
it's nice to have someone that is very not only down to earth still, but so, I mean, with as much as you do, doing community events, and I watched a couple of them where you were in a park and you were doing a show there, which was really cool. I like that scenario too.
Oh.
Yeah, I've been all over our Facebook page. I've been stalking you for a while now. Since you hit my list, I've been stalking you. I'm like, I'm going to see all this stuff. Now I want to go to Chicago.
Have you guys ever been to Chicago?
No, I've never been to Chicago. I've been to the airport. That's about as far as I go.
I've been to Chicago once, but it's been, oh my gosh, it's been so long. I want to say like 20 years probably.
Yeah, where are you guys showcasing this podcast from?
We're in Omaha, Nebraska.
Nebraska. Oh my God. I have not even thought about coming to Nebraska. Honestly, and no offense, like, tell me, what is it to do out there? What do you guys do for leisure?
We actually have a lot of stuff going on. We have a lot of music venues. There's an area, it's called Benson area. They have the waiting room and they have like an open mic night down the street from there. So there's actually a lot of music venues that come through here. Yeah, there's also in the downtown area, they have a new, I think it's called Blackstone. And they have we have a couple like outdoor theater amphitheaters and stuff that host all kinds of different musics too. So it's actually a lot. There's a lot to do here. I mean, we're mostly known for our zoo. Yeah. So it's like I think it's like top 2 or something in the United States. So and then 10 o'clock everything shuts down and there's nothing to do. Yeah.
The bar shut down too?
Some areas you could still get some, but it's like they roll up the sidewalk at like midnight. There's like hardly anybody around. We've been out to the bars and they do close around at like 2 o'clock, I think. Yeah. But we sometimes when we're in there till 2 o'clock in the morning, we're the only ones in there. So well, yeah, and it depends on the time of the year too. Like, you know, it's just there's certain times where there's more going on than other times. Yeah, I mean, you know how that goes, but it's a pretty nice town. So yeah, you should come down here and check it out. We have a lot of stuff going on down here. Yeah.
We are going to, this is the beginning of the amazing partnership, relationship, whatever. I got to send you guys some of my merch. I know you guys are supposed to be interviewing me, but I got a question. How's the food out there?
The food here is very, very good. So we have, because we're kind of in the middle here, we have like, some of our Mexican is really good here. You go down to Little Mexico. If you don't speak Spanish, you can point to the menu. They'll know what you're doing, and you can get some of the best food there. Yeah. We have we're kind of a melting pot here. It's really kind of cool. Yeah, there's a lot of diversity, I think. So yeah. Which makes this town really awesome. So yeah, I think you guys got a lot of that up in Chicago too, don't you?
Oh yeah. So we have Pilsen and Little Village is our areas for like Latin culture. We also have like Humble Park, which is a community for the Puerto Rican culture. Mm. There's Little Italy, which is a community for the Italian culture. There's African culture, African American culture. A lot of after the war, a lot of Ukrainians came to Chicago. There's a lot of migrants that's from the Dominican Republic. We're a mixing pot as well out here. I love food. I love food. I'm always at a new restaurant every week. Like, I'm on like a more healthier tip. So today I ate some Mediterranean. I ate a salad from Roti. It's a food chain. I had like some salmon and falafels and a salad. It was so good.
Oh, wow.
See, now That's the problem. That's the problem with Chicago, and that's the problem with here. How are you going to do a diet with some of the food options that you have there? You can't.
Yeah.
It's just too good. I hate it. I that's the only thing I don't like is I have too many options to choose from, and I'm like, I want this. I mean, we have a place called down the street that. It's probably the most unhealthy food we could eat, but it's called the Ice House. Oh, it's a local bar, and an appetizer is a plate of bacon. It's just bacon on a plate. So unhealthy, but,
So good.
Yeah, I mean, the food is my guilty pleasure. It really is. I like to go try new things, different things. Our old market is awesome.
Yep, a lot of different stores down there and everything that there's a lot of art down there as well. I love art. Yeah, there's so many different artists down there. So
and you have a lot of the street performers down there. So it's an old, I want to say almost cobblestone, but it's a brick road. And just about every corner, you'll have a different artist playing different things, and it's just so awesome to just walk through that area and see that diversity, that cult. And you can see, I mean, man, they get into it. I mean, you get some artists down there and they just start to zone in. It's amazing to watch them work. It really is. Because even on yours, when I was watching, and you were on stage, and I'm like, I kind of got, I mean, you kind of moved forward a little bit when I was watching the video. I'm like, her eyes are closed. She is zoned so far in this. Is she gonna fall off that stage? I was like, no. She knows where she's at. But you just, I don't know. You just kind of you could tell when someone does that. It was really cool to see.
Wow.
Thank you. I appreciate the edification. Thank you so much. I hope I don't fall. That would be
I've seen that in the past. I've seen a person fall off the stage before, so I'm like,
that was funny. So you're a comedian now.
He is.
Not really, but I play one on a podcast.
Hey, I got a question. Am I the first artist, rapper on the podcast?
Yep, you are our first.
Yep.
We're going through a lot of firsts right now. So this year we started off on our mythical journey, and then Mikey has been getting all the paperwork ready for the local businesses, and you are going to be our first artist, musical person on here. I have a couple more planned, but they are more artist as far as drawing and painting. So
awesome!
Yeah, you're kind of the first, and I think I picked a pretty good one for the first because I could see you. And I had a question here for you too, and I put here, when you make it big, what are your goals? Because the question is not if, it's when.
Thank you. That's an affirmative statement. It's not like it's undoubtedly knowing that I will make it big. When I make it big, I want to continue to serve. I'm serving on a local level now. I want to serve on a more international level, far as food and hospitality. So I'm a chef by trade, but I really want to learn more about agriculture, farms, get into more holistic healing, mental health. So I actually want to partner with organizations and small business owners who's already doing those things so they can shine more, kind of embark on that philanthropist journey, if I must say. Like, that's what I want to do. I plan to crank out an album at least once a year when I get big, when I get known. I guess as an artist in my position now, the biggest thing that I can do is save money so that not only I have the creativity is not an issue. Sometimes coming up with the funding, not only to create the music, but to market the music. I've seen mishaps in the past. As I'm creating this album, SDS, it's called Self-Development Season. You guys are the first to know about it. SDS. I'm going to take that big, man. I'm going to take that big. I'm never going to stop. My plan is to not stop. My plan is to make music that is infinite. That even when I'm not here, on this earthly realm that my music is still blasting through someone's speakers. You know, in the year 3000, I want Milo Generation Hero to be playing at some kid's graduation. Come on, y'all, let's rise. You know, or you know, somebody, you know, playing it at the backyard. You know, with a pig getting grilled and an apple in their mouth, and they're drinking some beers. I want to have. That's what type of music I want to make.
Well, that's cool. That is cool. So, I think our time is almost running up here, but I really appreciate you coming on because this has been really kind of cool, and you definitely got a follower here because I'm going to be definitely listening. SDS, that we'll definitely we're going to put some links in about you in our podcast too, so we'll make sure that people can find you as well because I think people need to hear you.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I think you send such a positive message, and it's just so refreshing to have that. Because, I mean, we both work from home. I mean, I don't know about Michael, but working from home, I feel so, like, out of, like, you know, what's currently going on. So it's just nice to have that, like, refreshing, positive message. So,
yeah.
Thank you for reaffirming, you know, and accepting the positivity. I mean, it's hard work. It's tilling the ground, especially when a lot of people don't do it. You know, I feel like where I'm from, they want to do it, and they just don't know how. And I think that individuality. So I think you had a question on there, like what would I tell someone in my shoes, or how would I inspire someone? Is it one of those questions?
Yeah.
I would to you know, who's listening, I would tell them to stay grounded in belief. You know, have faith. That's one. And a higher power. I believe in Jesus. You know, he helped me with a lot of things and overcame a lot of depression, oppression, you know, recession, and that's why I'm getting to the financial industry. But also have faith in yourself, like believe in yourself, and if you fail, get back up. Elevation is like some old recycled music that I released like in 2015, and then I learned how to record professionally. And I went to recycle that music and copyrighted it and put a little bit more oomph into it, and I released it. And I'm going to keep releasing more. It doesn't matter. Just don't give up.
Yep. Don't you give up because you are awesome.
Yeah, I'm waiting for more because you have me hooked. I'll be honest. You hit my playlist, and it was kind of cool because even when I was listening last night, I kind of, you know, I had like just a random list, and I was listening to all kinds of stuff, and it's all of a sudden you hit there, and all of a sudden I was like, you know, it just brought a smile to my face, and I'm like, all right, that's the kind of music I like to hear. I want it, that chuckle that I'm like, yeah, that's what I like. So
see, I need to kind of expand my musical, I guess. Yes. Yeah.
So I'm gonna put your album on her phone, and you know, tonight when she's sleeping, I'm gonna switch her off the country, and she's gonna go down your train, and we're gonna make sure she gets a good education in music here.
Okay.
You know what? Valentine's Day, you should give her a gift. My video is dropping, running to the money on Valentine's Day. Make sure you give that to her as a present. Make sure that she watches it.
I will do.
Really,
I'm looking forward to it. I'm looking forward to it.
Yeah. Yeah. And I thank you. I just really appreciate the reinforcement of positivity. I'm glad that you feel it. Music is made to not only be heard, but to be felt. So thank you, Michael and Michelle. And I appreciate you guys sharing and extending your platform to me. And like me, it's Black History Month. I'm making history being one of the first African-American performer, artists, international MCs on your show. Thank you so much.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yes, thank you.
You were a blast to have on. If I get more guests like you, I'd be happy. I'd be a very happy person. So
I'm happy listening to you guys. I'm like, all right, there is an area 41 or 51. I do believe in it. I think I dated an alien before, and Michael and Michelle is confirming that they are real. So, yeah.
Yep. All right. Well, thank you for joining us. We appreciate it, and we're going to be listening. So,
all right. Thank you. Blessings. Bye bye. SDS coming soon. We love Generation Hero. Bye bye. Come on.
Bye.
Bye bye.